Space is mostly silent, but every once in a while it speaks. For decades, scientists have been scanning the skies, listening for the faintest whispers from the cosmos. Most of what we hear is static, background noise, or signals from familiar sources like pulsars, quasars, or even satellites. But then there are those rare moments where something strange cuts through the silence. A signal, a burst, a blip that doesn't fit, a transmission that seems to come from nowhere, or maybe from someone? Some of these signals are so mysterious they've stumped the brightest minds in astronomy. They arrive suddenly, vanish without a trace, and sometimes repeat with patterns we can't explain. Neutral phenomena? Glitch? Or something more? One of these signals even prompted scientists to scribble a single word in the margin of their datasheet. Wow. In this video, we are diving into the weirdest, most unexplained signals we've ever picked up from space. From short bursts of energy spanning galaxies, to bizarre patterns that seem too precise to be random, these transmissions force us to ask one big question. Are we truly alone? Or has someone already tried to reach out and we just haven't figured out how to answer? It was August 15th, 1977. A quiet evening at Ohio State University's Big Ear Radio Telescope. Everything seemed normal, until astronomer Jer Eman noticed something on a printout that didn't belong. A spike in signal strength. A sharp narrowband radio transmission coming from deep space. It lasted 72 seconds, came from the constellation Sagittarius, and had no known Earth-based source. It was so strong, so clean, and so precise, Eman circled it on the printout and wrote one word beside it. Wow. And just like that, the most famous signal in SETI history was born. What made the wow signal so special was that it fit what scientists had imagined a signal from an alien civilization might look like. It was narrowband, concentrated at a specific frequency, close to the hydrogen line, which many consider a cosmic hailing frequency. It wasn't repeating, but it didn't match any known natural or human-made sources. And most hauntingly, we've never heard it again. For decades, astronomers have tried to redetect it. They've aimed bigger and better telescopes at the same spot in the sky, hoping for even whisper of it. And nothing. Was it a fluke, a reflection, a passing satellite we didn't catalog properly? Or was it exactly what it looked like? A message from someone else? The mystery of the wow signal remains unsolved, and it was only the beginning. But before we move on to even stranger signals, if you're enjoying this journey into the unknown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of space. And tell me in the comments, what do you think the wow signal really was? Accident? Or contact? Because if you thought one strange signal was wild, just wait until you hear about the cosmic flashes that have scientists scrambling for answers. For years after the wow signal, the search for strange transmissions stayed quiet. But then in 2007, something new lit up the cosmos. A fast radio burst, or FRB. FRBs are exactly what they sound like, extremely fast, extremely powerful bursts of radio waves from deep space. They only last milliseconds, literally a blink, and yet in the tiny flash they can release as much energy as our sun emits in an entire day. The first one caught scientists completely off guard. It came from billions of light years away, so far that whatever caused it had to be very energetic. At first, some researchers thought it might be an error, maybe interference, maybe a glitch. But then more FRBs started appearing. And the weirdness didn't stop there. Some FRBs have been one-off events, single flashes, never to be seen again. Others, though, repeat. They flash in seemingly random intervals, sometimes clustering together in bursts of activity before falling silent again for weeks or even months. One FRB, named FRB 121102, has been recorded repeating hundreds of times, always from the same location. So what causes them? Theories range from highly magnetized neutron stars called magnetars, to exotic cosmic collisions, to speculative ideas involving extraterrestrial technology like enormous energy harvesting beams. The truth is, we still don't fully understand them. Every time we think we have FRBs figured out, another one behaves differently. shifting its frequency, its timings, or its strength as if daring scientists to crack the code. And just when it seemed like we were starting to make sense of cosmic radio noise, another bizarre signal arrived, this time from a star system very close to home. In late 2020, scientists working with the Breakthrough Listen project made a discovery that sent a ripple of excitement and caution through the scientific community. While observing Proxima Centauri, the closest star system to our own, they picked up a strange narrowband radio signal that seemed different. It was designated BLC-1, short for Breakthrough Listen Candidate 1. What made BLC-1 so intriguing was that it looked artificial. It didn't resemble any known natural astrophysical source. It was stable, persisted for several hours, and seemed to shift slightly in frequency, something you might expect if a transmitter was moving relative to us. And then there was its origin. Proxima Centauri is only 4.2 light-years away and is known to host at least 2 planets, one of which lies in the star's habitable zone. Was this the signal SETI researchers have been dreaming of for decades? The excitement was electric, but so was the skepticism. Over the next few months, scientists pored over the data. They tried to rule out human interference, satellites, Earth-based reflections, every mundane explanation they could think of. Eventually, they concluded that BLC-1 was probably caused by Earth-based interference, perhaps from unknown electronics. No aliens, no interstellar handshake. But the thrill of the chase reminded everyone of just how close we might be to discovering something incredible. Because if BLC-1 can fool us even for a moment, then a real extraterrestrial signal might not be a thunderous broadcast. It could be a faint whisper lost in the cosmic noise. And sometimes, even well-known signals have their own strange stories, like the cosmic lighthouses that were once thought to be alien beacons. Long before fast radio bursts or BLC-1, astronomers picked up another kinda strange signal, one that pulsed with uncanny precision. In 1967, Jocelyn Bell-Burnett and Anthony Hewish were working with a radio telescope at Cambridge when they noticed something unusual. A series of regular, repeating radio pulses coming from a fixed point in the sky. The pulses were perfectly timed, arriving every 1.33 seconds, with near clockwork precision. It was so unexpected that jokingly they labeled the source LGM-1, short for Little Green Men. Was this it? A broadcast from an alien civilization? Turns out, not quite. The source was soon identified as the first known pulsar, a rapidly spinning neutron star, collapsed core of a dead star that emits beams of radio waves from its magnetic poles, like a cosmic lighthouse. Each spin sends a beam sweeping past Earth, creating the regular pulses detected by telescopes. It wasn't aliens, but it was still one of the most significant discoveries in astrophysics. Pulsars gave scientists insights into the stellar death, dense matter, and the extremes of physics. But the key takeaway? Even trained scientists can mistake the unknown for intelligence, especially when the universe flashes signals that look too perfect to be natural. And sometimes, even when we know what a signal is, we still can't explain why it behaves the way it does. Because not all strange signals come as radio bursts. Sometimes it's the light that acts weird. In 2015, astronomers analyzing data from the Kepler Space Telescope noticed a star that wasn't behaving like any other. Officially named KIC 8462852, but more famously known as Tabby's star. It was flickering in ways no one could explain. Stars dim all the time, usually when a planet passes in front of them. But Tabby's star wasn't dimming by a little. It was dimming by about 22% and not on a regular schedule. Some dips were sudden and sharp, others gradual and long-lasting. It was erratic, it was strange, and it didn't match the profile of any known planetary system. Theories flew. Maybe it was a swarm of comets or dust clouds left by an ancient collision. But one idea caught the public's imagination. What if it was a Dyson sphere? An enormous megastructure built by an advanced alien civilization to harvest stellar energy, partially blocking the star's light as it orbited. Most astronomers lean toward natural explanations, but here is the thing, none of them fully fit. Even years later, we still don't know for sure what's causing the bizarre dimming patterns. It's not a signal in the traditional sense, but it is a message. The universe is still full of surprises, and it doesn't always play by our rules. We've picked up strange bursts, unexplained dimming, and signals that seem almost too perfect to be natural. So the question becomes inevitable. What if these aren't just accidents of nature? What if someone or something is trying to contact us? For decades, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI, has been listening to the cosmos, waiting for a deliberate signal, a pattern, a pulse, a transmission that doesn't fit any known natural behavior. Not just noise, but a message. If intelligent life exists out there, they might use radio waves because they travel fast, don't scatter easily in space, and are relatively easy to detect. That's why many SETI programs focus on narrowband frequencies, especially around 1420 MHz, the hydrogen line. Some researchers call it the universal hailing frequency, since hydrogen is the most common element in the universe. But what would a real alien message look like? Would it be a simple tone, a mathematical sequence, or string of prime numbers, or something far more advanced, so complex that we wouldn't even recognize it as a message? And if they did send something, would we know how to respond? It's also possible that we've already received the signal but didn't recognize it, or worse, dismissed it as background noise. The truth is, we've barely scratched the surface of what's out there. Most of the sky hasn't even been thoroughly scanned. So maybe the silence isn't because no one is talking, maybe we just haven't been listening the right way. So, was it a message? A glitch? A cosmic coincidence? From the wow signal to fast radio bursts, from mysterious dimming stars to radio spikes near Proxima Centauri, we've encountered plenty of strange signals from space. Some have natural explanations, some remain open questions, but all of them remind us of one undeniable truth. The universe is loud with things we don't yet understand. Science thrives on mystery. Each unexplained signal pushes us to refine our tools, sharpen our understanding, and ask better questions. And while we haven't confirmed any signals to be of alien origin, that doesn't mean no one's out there. The more we search, the more we realize how little we've explored. There are hundreds of billions of stars, trillions of planets, and we've only scanned a tiny fraction of the sky, mostly in narrow frequency bands. It's like fishing in 1 square inch of ocean and deciding the sea is empty. Whether these signals are signs of intelligent life or just exotic astrophysics, one thing is clear: we have a lot more listening to do. Because the next strange signal might not be a mystery forever. It could be a start of a conversation. Thank you for watching. Keep looking up.